And Rice here in the top of the first inning, and so far the crowd is disappointing, but hopefully there's a traffic jam outside and they're having a little trouble getting in.
All right, Scooter. Reghetti trying for his 10th here this afternoon. He's won 9, lost 3. This is the second time he has faced the Red Sox. He was a loser back on June 24th, gave up 5 runs on 7 hits and 5 1/3 innings. So he's pitching to Jerry Remy. Remy batting .249, no home runs, 25 runs batted in. Campanera shortens up for him at third base, and so does Mattingly at first. Yankee outfield, Pinella playing near the line in left field in shallow. Winfield over toward left center and also in close, and the right fielder Steve Kemp a bit in right center. Steve Palermo is a home plate umpire. Rick Reed is at first base. Jerry Neudecker at second base, and Al Clark over at third. Reghetti's 2-2 pitch to Remy. Swung on and missed. Got him with the high fastball. Jerry Remy goes down on strikes for the first out. Here's the 2-2 to Boggs. Ball strike 3. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner. And there are 2 outs. And here's Jim Rice. Jim Rice has 6 base hits and 14 times at bat through the first 3 games. 4 of those 6 base hits home run. 4th place now in the American League East. Here's the payoff pitch to Rice. Inside, ball 4, and Rice walks. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Armas with Rice at first base. 2 outs, no score in the top half of the first inning as Reghetti sets. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Reghetti strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, a walk and a man left after 1/2 inning of play. The Red Sox nothing, and the Yankees are coming up.
All right, John Tudor ready to pitch to Bert Campaneris, Don Mattingly, and Dave Winfield here in the bottom of the first. William?
All right, Scooter. Campaneris batting .320, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. The Yankees had Neto scheduled to play, but he has an eye problem. And Campaneris is playing third, and Don Mattingly, who had been penciled in to lead off, moved down to the second slot. So it'll be Campaneris, Mattingly, and Winfield against the left-hander John Tudor. 1-2 pitch to Campaneris. Line, base hit, left field. Campy around first base. He'll hold as Rice's throw goes into second. So Campaneris leads off with a single. Batting at .265. There goes Campaneris. Pitch is high. Throw down to second. Won't be in time. Campaneris got a walk and leads to hold second. They're playing Mattingly straight away in the outfield. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted to left. Rice started back, now flips the glasses on, comes in and makes the play. And Campaneris has to hold at second base. And there's 1 away. 2 pitch to Winfield. And it's high, ball 4, Winfield walks. Campaneris down at second base. Winfield on at first with 1 away, and Lou Pinella's a batter. And back home. 1-0 to Pinella. Swung on line, right to the shortstop, Hoffman. He'll go over to second base, touch up, and they have the double play. Campaneris 4 stopped behind Lou Pinella. No runs, 1 base hit, 1 man left on base. At the end of 1, the Yankees nothing, the Red Sox nothing. Well, are you going to announce that when he passes, you're going to congratulate him?
Yes,
on the
if
air?
he passes, but it took me 3 times to get my first license. Bad at parking.
Horse and buggy?
No, but it was the old stick shift with the clutch, the old Ford Model A.
How'd you back them horses up? Whoa, gee-haw.
Yeah, they're easier than cars, Bill.
Here's Dwight Evans leading off against Dave Reghetti in the second, and Reghetti gets a breaking ball in for a strike with Cleveland and Ron Guidry. Here's the 2-2 to Evans. Swung on and missed, got him with a breaking ball. Reghetti strikes out Evans. Here's Reed Nichols, a designated hitter. Whoa!
Chuck Mangione! I could hear that flugelhorn. Holy cow, how you doing, Chuck?
Nichols. After all, the national anthem is everybody.
That's right, you're right.
Drill to right center field. Might be trouble. On the run is Kemp, but he'll get there and make the play. And there are 2 outs. And that'll bring on Dave Stapleton. The game. Top half of second inning. Reghetti's pitch. Breaking ball swung and a miss. And that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We've been talking to Chuck Mangione. And Chuck, hey, good being with us.
Thank you. We're going to play the Canadian national anthem at the All-Star baseball game.
Perfect, perfect. We'll be looking at you.
Thank you.
And at the end of 1.5 innings of play, the Yankees nothing, Boston nothing. Their second inning, a scoreless ball game, and the curveball misses low to Baylor. It'll be Baylor, Weiniger, and Kemp against the left-hander John Tudor.
Oh. Chuck Mangione's got to leave. He's going to draw the winners for all the gifts today.
Baylor lifts one to left, but Rice has room. Coming on, still digging in now with the glasses down. He makes the catch for the first out. Got it in. 1-1 pitch. Line, one hopper through Boggs down the left field line. Weiniger around first base. He'll go to second. And Rice's throw will be into third base.
That was a tough chance for Boggs. That could very well be a double. I mean, that was a short. Up. Error 5. Man, that was a tough error.
Who was that coach at Gonzalez? What was his first name? It said good field, no hit.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'll think of it in a moment.
He's always a Cuban fella.
Yep.
Here's Roy Smalley. The Yankee shortstop's batting .280, 10 home runs, 31 runs batted in. It's to Smalley. Hit on the ground off first base. It's a fair ball. Caught by Stapleton right on the bag. He touches up there, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. We played 2. Yankees nothing, the Red Sox nothing.
Relax, get strong again. The pitch to Newman is in there, strike 1 call. Frank Messer has joined us.
Well, happy 4th of July, Scooter.
Yeah, thank you, Frank. We've been giving our greetings to... Whoop, did he check it? No, he didn't. He swung 0-2. Newman can't believe it. I can't either. He's going to do a show down in New Orleans for the mentally retarded, I think.
Yeah, Special Olympics.
Yeah, he is really excited about that. All right, 2-2 now to Newman. The pitch struck him out. They asked the first base umpire this time. He said no. He went further. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Jeff Newman. Reghetti's payoff pitch. Struck him out anyway. Holy cow, 6 strikeouts. Nobody has pulled the ball. Nichols fly to right. Even foul balls they haven't pulled. There's a strike to Glenn Hoffman, the shortstop. All right. Rags Reghetti winds. The pitch struck him out. Holy cow, another wicked slider down and in.
Years ago, Oscar Gamble was out for a while, suffering the same thing.
It's very annoying. And if you're hitting up there, you don't want to have that blinking and kind of blurred vision. The 2-1 delivery. Bouncer hits a short. Smalley throws in time to get him. Nice play by Smalley as Campaneris had cut right in front of him. Almost blocked his vision. 3 up, 3 down, end of 2.5. It's the Red Sox nothing and the Yankees nothing.
How about that? Born on the 4th of July.
Yep. Andre hits one deep to left field. Rice going back. Now he stops. You know, the ball's not carrying to left today, Frank.
No, it really isn't. The flags are blowing in from right toward the left field foul line. The 1 at the end of 3. Todd Cruz has homered for the Orioles' lone run in that ball game.
A little looper, and that's going to drop in right center field. Campaneris on with his second base hit. Campy just served that softly in the right center. Try to get yourself psyched up and set in the batter's box. The pitcher keeps throwing to first. All right, he's ready. And there goes Campy. Good. Holy cow, why did Mattingly swing at this? A pop-up. Campy's going to have to hustle to get back. They're going to double him. And they do. Holy cow, Campaneris had that bag stolen without having to slide. And Mattingly swung at it, popped it up into a double play. 4-4-1 for the double play. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3, Red Sox nothing and the Yankees nothing. Rags comes back and a drive to straightaway center. Winfield is there backing up, reaches up. That ball was tagged.
I'll tell you, he hung the breaking ball, I think, to him that time, Scooter, and he jumped all over it.
Told you had walked his first time up. And there's a high fly to right, but Kemp with plenty of room moving in under it, makes the catch. 2 men are out. You always breathe a lot easier when you get Rice out. And a bouncer hits slowly to third. Campaneris, nice bounce throw in time to get him. Good play by Campy. Again, 3 up and 3 down, and at the end of 3.5. Red Sox nothing and the Yankees nothing. This is to go. Guide to Dining in the Bronx. Cultural organizations of the Bronx.
Don't forget the Bronx Zoo.
And the Bronx Zoo, that is one of the big features of the Bronx. Winfield hits a high fly. Didn't hit it well. Amos moving in and to his left. Makes the catch. 1 man out. The pitch again hit deep to left field. Rice has got room though back near the warning track at the 387-foot sign. Makes the catch. Now yesterday that ball would have been out of here.
Yes, sir.
And the 1-2 delivery. Fly ball left center, but Amos is going to get there. He's calling and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 4, it's the Red Sox nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Okay. And then a 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins. And then they're back home on the 14th of July against the Texas Rangers. 3-2 pay pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Struck him out on a fastball. 8 strikeouts in the game for Dave Reghetti. Boy, he is pitching some game here this afternoon. And trail the division-leading Blue Jays by just 2.5 games. 3-2 pay pitch. Inside ball 4. Missed with a fastball. Nichols draws the second walk. Given up by Dave Reghetti. He's at first, and Dave Stapleton will be the hitter. Inning that Reghetti has been behind Red Sox batters. He was 3-2 to Evans and struck him out. 3-2 to Nichols, and he walked him. Now he's behind Stapleton, a 2-1. There goes the runner, and they got him picked off. Mattingly to second. The tag by Smalley in the out call. So Dave Reghetti erases the base runner with a beautiful pickoff move. 1-3-6. And out stealing will be Reed Nichols. 2 down in the inning, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Stapleton. 3 slate, fighting a season-long slump. 3-2 pay pitch. Popped up in the infield, right behind the pitcher's mound. Campaneris, Robertson, and it's going to be Andre. Robertson makes the catch. Stapleton is out, and the inning is over, and that's going to be all for the Red Sox here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And now, through 4.5 innings of play, it's the Red Sox nothing and the Yankees nothing. Well, the Yankees' lone representative in the All-Star game will be starting outfielder Dave Winfield. Annual Old Timers game on Saturday, July 16th. Don't miss seeing your favorite old timers, including the newest old timer, former Yankee Bobby Mercer, who will participate in his first game. Here's Butch Weiniger to lead off the Yankee 5th inning, and swinging on the first pitch from John Tudor. He pops it in the air behind second base. Yankees had a couple of base runners in the first inning, about their only real threat. Here's a line drive off the glove of Stapleton, the first baseman. He'll not be able to make a throw to Tudor covering at the bag, and Kemp is going to reach. And it'll be a hit for Steve Kemp. Smalley swings on the first pitch from Tudor, pops it foul off to the right. Newman's coming over. He may have room. It's just out of play. It's beyond the Yankee dugout in the 3rd row of the box seats. Chuck Mangione almost got that one. He's sitting down there enjoying the game at the moment. It was part of his party that is with him that caught that souvenir baseball. Again, the left-hander Tudor as he looks to the runner. Here's the pitch. Smalley swings and bounces one on the right side. It's a base hit. Off at second base is Kemp, and he'll hold there as Evans is up with the ball very quickly and makes a lob throw into Remy into the infield. And Andre stepping in. Robertson 0 for 1. He lined out to left fielder Jim Rice his first time up. Winfield walked, and with 2 on, Piniella lined out sharply to Hoffman, the shortstop. He turned it into an unassisted double play. Erasing Campaneris. Bounding ball and a base hit. It's to left, and Kemp is going to score, and the Yankees will have the early lead here. So, Steve Kemp scores on an Andre Robertson hit to left, and the Yankees lead it 1-0. Sets and pitches. High, ball full. That'll load the bases. Campaneris is on at first. Robertson moves to second. Smalley is on to third. And the batter is going to be Don Mattingly. And the threat continues with the bases loaded. Only 1 out. And the batter, Don Mattingly, is 0 for 2 in the game. Flied to left. Popped up. Second baseman Remy caught the ball, and it ended up being a double play. And the pitch. It's high, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a breaking pitch out of the strike zone. Mattingly is down. Strikeout number 1 in the game for left-hander John Tudor. And now here's the confrontation between John Tudor and Dave Winfield. He'll take his time. John Tudor standing tall on the mound. He's ready to work. Here's the 1-2 delivery. The pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Struck him out on a fastball. John Tudor really rears back and gets Winfield. Strikes out 2 in the inning, his first 2 in the game. At the end of 5, the Yankees won, the Red Sox nothing. On the 19th, the Yankees have a series at Boston. Here's a fly to right. Kemp is there, and he's got it for the out. And there's 1 down. The leadoff batter, Jeff Newman, retired, and Glenn Hoffman will step in. Here's the line and the 2-2 delivery. Hoffman swings, loops one into shallow left. Tough play. Smalley back, and he makes a running grab. Roy Smalley running away from the infield and into shallow left. Over the head catch to retire Hoffman. 2 down in the inning, and the batter is going to be Jerry Remy, who was struck out and grounded to first. Pronounced as Mumphrey has been in earlier games of this series. The Davis shaded toward left center. Here's a swing and a high pop to the shortstop. Third baseman Campaneris waving off Smalley now, and Campy makes the grab. And the cut of the infield, that's going to be all for Remy, and the Sox here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Reghetti now in 4 of the 6 innings that he's pitched, retiring the side in order. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees won and the Red Sox nothing. Doubled off Campaneris at second base. Piniella swings. Here's a high fly, deep center field. Harris is back, and got it. Warning track in deep center. That ball is normally caught back there, Bill White.
Yeah, Armas gets a good jump on the ball. There's some question as to whether or not he might be able to play center field, but he certainly has not embarrassed himself. He's done an excellent job in this series.
So Lou Piniella takes Tony Armas to the warning track in Dunaway Center. Hit the ball over 400 feet. But it's nothing more than a long out here at Yankee Stadium, and there's a 2-0 lead. Got a fastball and lined it into the left field seats. Batter now is Weiniger, and the pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Red Sox have 9 homers in the series. They are homerless, and they've hit 40 at home and 40 on the road. Fly to left, it's back and it's deep. Rice is right at the wall and makes the grab. Good catch. I don't know if he took a home run away from Weiniger or not, but he made a good grab.
He did make here at this ballpark. He will not allow anything over his head going to be out of the ballpark.
All right, here is Steve Kemp. Kemp swings on the first pitch and hits one on 1 hop to Stapleton. He knocks it down and then flips to the pitcher Tudor covering for the out, and the inning is over. That's going to be all now for the Yankees here in the 6th inning. If they get a run on a hit, the homer by Baylor. No errors and nobody left, and at the end of 6 full, the Yankees lead the Red Sox 2-0. Dave Reghetti ready to work to the left-handed hitting Boggs. Here's the line by Reghetti, and the pitch. That one's way high and off the glove of Weiniger. Back behind home plate, 2-1 to count. Fastball got away from Reghetti. Here's the line by Reghetti now in the 2-1 delivery. Check swing, but he made contact with a foul tip, and it's 2-2. Here's the line now as Reghetti rocks and fires. Curve is hit in the air to center. Winfield is back. He's there, and he's got it. One down. And Reghetti is way behind Rice now at 3-0. Balls, 1 strike to count. Here's the line now by the left-hander Reghetti, and the pitch. That's high, ball 4. Although I guess he might start with Reggie Jackson out now. Harvey Keene will have a decision to make, and I don't see why he wouldn't start Rice the way he's been hitting. First 2 innings when he struck out 5 of the 6 outs. He had some kind of location. Hit a bounding ball to short, should be 2. Smalley to Robertson 1. On the relay, that's a double play, and the inning is over. So Reghetti induces the double play ball off the bat of Tony Armas, and the twin killing retires the Sox in the 7th. No run. Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th, and the Yankees holding a 2-0 lead. Had a record-setting performance in baseball last night, Bill, out on the West Coast. The Texas Rangers scored 12 runs in the top of the 16th inning and won the game 16-4 over Oakland, their 4th win in a row, and it was the most runs by one club in an extra inning, setting a record that was held by the 1928 New York Yankees. They had scored 11 runs in an extra inning game against the Detroit Tigers back in 1928 on the 26th of July. Minnesota did it against Oakland in 1969. Here's Tudor now to the right-handed hitting Roy Smalley. Hits a high fly to shallow left. Rice, who's playing deep, running in and makes the catch for the out. Yay! And 10-game road home stand against the Texas Rangers. Swinging a fly down the right field line. Here's Evans toward the foul line. He's there, makes the grab for the out. 2 down in the inning, and the batter is going to be Bert Campaneris. Larry Gurr, who is considered to be a Yankee killer, will be pitching against Raleigh on Friday night. Campy swings, loops one to right. Here's Evans coming on. He's there and makes a catch. And Campaneris is going to be the 3rd out of the Yankees' 7th. 3 up, 3 down, and that's all for the Yankees in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Now through 7 innings of play, it's the Yankees 2 and the Red Sox nothing.
So Dave Reghetti has struck out Evans twice. Evans was the last strikeout recorded by Reghetti back in the 5th inning. 9 runs batted in, and here's the first pitch to Evans. Fastball hit down the right field line. Going into the corner is Kemp. In the corner near the line, leaps up and makes the catch. Steve Kemp going all the way to the wall. Ball looked like it was in foul territory. Getting ready to go into the stands, and Steve Kemp leaped up, made the catch, and first base umpire Rick Reed all the way down in the corner with Kemp made the out call. So Kemp, reaching into the first row of the seats down in right field, makes a put out in foul territory, and that'll bring on Reed Nichols. Getting a little overcast now here at the stadium. 1-1 pitch to Nichols. Swung on, hit to center field. Winfield moving back, backpedaling, and makes the catch. 2 outs. Reghetti trying to win his 10th. And the pitch. Popped up right side in foul territory. Don Mattingly calling near the tarpaulin. He's got it. And they're 2 out. That's it. That's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 7.5 innings of play. The Yankees 2, Boston nothing.
Second game just underway. Atlanta at Cincinnati. Los Angeles at Houston, San Francisco at San Diego later on. Bill?
Pitch is 1 strike on Mattingly. He loops one to shortstop. Backing up as a shortstop. Hoffman glasses down. He makes the catch, and there's 1 away.
Something happened for you.
All right, John, here's Dave Winfield. He has walked, fly to center, and struck out. Dave is 0 for 2 in the game. Reghetti, by the way, in the 9th inning will have to pitch to Jeff Newman, Glenn Hoffman, and Jerry Remy. The Sox. Tudor's 1-2 to Winfield. Swung on, high chopper to short, backing up Hoffman. He's got a long throw, and ball is dropped at first base by Stapleton, and Winfield is safe. Stapleton holding Winfield at first base with 1 away. Now we're ready. The set by Tudor. And the pitch to Piniella. Swung on, pop foul, coming back toward the Yankee dugout. Newman's back there and reaches in, and I believe he's got it. Palermo fell down, and the throw down to second base is not in time. Palermo fell down. He's hurt. Steve Palermo hustling back with that pop-up. As Newman reached in the stands and made the catch, Palermo right with him, hit the retaining wall. He's down, and after the catch, Winfield went on to second base. And everybody's down around Steve Palermo, just under us. Palermo, running with Newman, slipped down and slipped into the retaining wall. He did not see Newman make the catch, but a fine grab by Jeff Newman, and Palermo is still down. Billy Martin down there along with the other umpires. Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer there. Jeff Newman, who made the catch. Don Baylor and Lou Piniella, and also John Tudor. And we certainly hope that Steve Palermo is not hurt.
41,000.
Baylor, we mentioned, had homered off John Tudor his last time up. And here's ball 4. Baylor intentionally passed to bring on Butch Weiniger. Runners will be moving on this 3-2 pitch. There they go in the pitch. Just missed outside. Newman thought it was a strike. So did Tudor. Ball 4, bases loaded. Winfield at third, Baylor down at second, Weiniger on at first, and the batter Steve Kemp. Here's the first pitch to Kemp. Line, base hit, will go in the corner in right field. Winfield scores easily. Baylor will score. And Weiniger will hold at third base. The Yankees now lead 4-0. And I believe that's going to be all for John Tudor. Ralph Houck started out of the dugout, went back. Now Ralph is coming out. Big hit for Steve Kemp. A 2-run single giving the Yankees a 4-0 lead. Bob Stanley, the new Red Sox pitcher, he comes in with runners at first and third, and 2 down, and pitches to Roy Smalley, who takes the strike on the... Weiniger off third, Kemp off first. Here's a 2-2 to Smalley. Bounced off first base. It's a fair ball. Stapleton has it, and he'll tag the bag and makes a put out unassisted. But the Yankees pick up 2 more runs on just 2 base hits, and they leave 2 men on base. And at the end of 8, the Yankees lead the Red Sox 4-0.
And Jerry Remy. And what a 4th of July afternoon here at Yankee Stadium, Bill White. A crowd of 41,077 on hand. And the Yankees have passed the million mark in seasonal attendance, now with 1,009,156. Reghetti has walked 3, struck out 8. Swing and a miss. 3-2 on Newman. Reghetti looks to Weiniger, starts the motion, the kick, the pitch, walked in, pitch just inside. That'll be walk number 4 allowed by Reghetti. All right, Glenn Hoffman the batter, and the breaking ball is over. Strike 1. Reghetti has thrown a lot of pitches, but he threw more over the first 4 or 5 innings than he has in the later innings. Pitch on the way, hit on the ground is short. Smalley has to Robertson, out at second, back to first, safe at first base. Safe at first. Robertson's throw pulled Manningly off the bag to the right field side, and Hoffman is safe at first base.
Now, Don tried to keep that toe on the bag, just couldn't, and a good call by the first base umpire, Rick Reed. Watched the play all the way, and no argument from the Yankees. That was a tailor-made double play, simply an errant throw by Yankee second baseman Andre Robertson. Let that affect his pitching.
Nope. And the pitch to Remy. Bouncing ball right side. Robertson goes to first, out. Advancing to second base, Hoffman. Robertson made the right play.
Well, he wanted to make sure he got one sure, and he did that.
They play him well around to the left side, although he's a left-hand hitter. He takes a pitch just outside. At the belt, the pitch. Has the plate, knee high, a strike call, 1-1. 1,077 on this 4th of July, urging Reghetti on. The pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. Plants the left foot on the slab, looks down to Weiniger. hiding the ball behind the left hip. The set and the pitch. A ball a little bit high, and it's 2-2. Here at Yankee Stadium. He sets the kick and the pitch. He struck him out. Reghetti has pitched a no-hitter. Dave Reghetti has pitched a no-hitter. He strikes out Boggs for the final out of the ball game, and the Yankees pour on the field to congratulate Dave Reghetti. A no-hitter for Reghetti.
Frank, that had not been done since 1956 when Don Larson pitched his perfect game in the World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers, the then Brooklyn Dodgers. So the first Yankee to pitch a no-hitter since 1956, and this kid, with the temperature in the 90s, richly deserved this big win and the no-hitter. He's waving to the fans. They're all on their feet, giving him a standing ovation. A great game by Dave Reghetti. Look at him. You like to see him happy like that.
Witnessed history on this 4th of July, 1983, at Yankee Stadium here in New York. I'll be back with more on wrapping up this game. We'll have our regular post-game shows. The final score, the New York Yankees 4 and the Boston Red Sox nothing.
By the young left-hander.
Yes, sir. That's for sure. 207th birthday of the United States, Roger. Dave Reghetti gave baseball fans even more reason to celebrate. The Yankees' young lefty hurled the first no-hitter in the big leagues in 2 years, and he did it not only on America's special day, he did it on his mother's birthday, and he also did it on, perish the thought, Yankee owner George Steinbrenner's birthday. The masterpiece also came at the hands of the Yankees' ancient rivals, the Boston Red Sox. And after New York's 4-0 win at the stadium, the Pinstripers had their first no-hitter since Don Larson pitched a perfect game in the 1956 World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers. More than 41,000, including former Vice President Richard Nixon, on hand to watch Dave Reghetti set some good history as he struck out the side in the first inning. That was Jerry Remy. Boggs and Armas would follow with K's. Top of the 4th, still no score. The high hopper from Armas handled nicely by Bert Campaneris. Still doing it at third base in this game in his 40s. And they continue to be no score until the 5th inning when Andre Robertson breaks the deadlock. The single drives in Steve Kemp from second. It's 1-0 New York. In the Boston 6th, there's always one of these plays. The play that what if the fielder couldn't get to it in a no-hitter. The little dink from Glenn Hoffman, but Roy Smalley there to corral it on the outfield glass, on the outfield grass. Boom, says Don Baylor. It's 2-0 Yankees at this point as Baylor hits home run number 9. They would add a couple more runs a little bit later on, and then more defense to the aid of Reghetti. This is a foul ball off the bat of Dewey Evans, but Kemp reaches into the stands, thwarts a souvenir from one of the fans. Mel Allen on the call with 1 out to go.
Crowd standing. 40,000 plus people standing and roaring, and Reghetti trying to get Boggs. And he gets it! A no-hitter! A no-hitter! A no-hitter for Dave Reghetti! How about that?
How about that? Mel Allen, how about him being on hand to call the no-hitter on television? Dave Reghetti, the crowd yelling for Rags. Did he think he had a chance to lose it?
I knew they had a chance because I was going to throw strikes and I was going to challenge him. And the guys made great plays. Steve Kemp made a great, fantastic play. These guys played great defense, and I threw the ball where I guess I had to today. Maybe they were tired after all that hitting they did for 3 days.
It could be, but nobody's been hitting against Reghetti at all. Looks nice, doesn't it? Boston 0-0-1. The Yankees 4-8-0. Reghetti wins his 10th. Now this comes on the heels of his last start when he pitched his first complete game shutout ever in the major league. So back-to-back shutouts and the coup de grace with the no-hitter. Reghetti's mark now 10-3 his ERA, just over 3 runs a game. The strikeout to walk ratio, not bad either. So the nice thing about this no-hitter is that now everybody in New York can relax and think about it for about 3 or 4 days. And I find that when it comes to no-hitters, Roger, it doesn't really matter if you like the Yankees, don't like the Yankees. When a guy is on the verge of it in the 8th or 9th, no matter what team you root for, you just root for the pitcher.
Chris, he had super stuff today. He had 9 strikeouts through 5 innings, and of course it was such a hot day in the Northeast, 95 degrees, humidity above 90%, that it kind of wore him down after a while. John Tudor also pitched extremely well through the first 5 or 6, but Reghetti showed his strength, and he showed you a good moving fastball. He threw Boggs a nice breaking pitch to end it up, but not a lot of no-hitters thrown by Yankee pitchers, and you would think that through the years there would have been a lot. Guidry, hasn't had one. You have to go back, Don Larson, the last Yankee, and we had somebody call the Sports Center tonight and say, has there ever been a Yankee to throw a no-hitter in a World Series game? Don Larson was the guy.
I think he did, yeah.
But you got to go way back for the last lefty.
1917, and that was when it was against the Boston Red Sox as well. So that's the last lefty no-hitter for them. I mean, Whitey Ford never threw a no-hitter, so you would think he did. The last regular season no-hitter for the Yankees, Allie Reynolds did it twice in 1951. The second, of course, against the Boston Red Sox. Of course, the Yankees have beaten the Red Sox more than 900 times. I guess it's bound that several of them are going to be no-hitters. It's just something different, just a different sort of thing. And coming on a holiday, I don't know what better time he could have done it, except maybe in the 7th game of the World Series.
I'm an old right-hander, and I had a no-hitter in my day at one time. It maybe wasn't the best game I ever pitched, but it was, a great experience. And I think Reghetti's probably pitched better games. There were some shots hit off him at certain times during the day, but he got it done.
You know what's fitting? On Allie Reynolds' no-hitter, the one in 51 against the Red Sox, the last out he got was Ted Williams. Needless to say, Ted Williams, a pretty good hitter. The last out that Reghetti got at Yankee Stadium on Monday was Wade Boggs, who leads the major leagues with 101 base hits. So, I mean, it's not as if he went out with a 190 hitter.
No, he went out with a good one, that's for sure. Congratulations, Dave Reghetti.
Dave Reghetti's pitching against the Boston Red Sox July 4th, 83.
It was right before the All-Star break, and I had a little incentive because I wasn't picked for the team.
Mr. Rags, that's his nickname, Rags. Dave Reghetti with a record of 9-3.
It was a brutally hot day.
It's about 94 degrees here.
That's the kind of day where a pitcher is lucky if he gets in 5 or 6 innings. Then you go to the pen, and he was pouring sweat, but he was in great shape, so he could hold it off.
So it's a test for Reghetti.
Anytime it's July 4th, you're playing the Red Sox, and it's George's birthday, and all those ingredients build up to something that, it could happen, be pretty special.
The last out of that game is one of the most dramatic outs in Yankee history.
And they'll roar on every pitch here now if Dave Reghetti can turn the trick. There have been 8 hits in the game. The Yankees have had them all.
It was such a close ball game. The no-hitter, I knew I had one going, but my concern was to win the game. I figured I'd give up one. If I did, I was just hoping it wasn't something that was going to drive in a couple runs.
He must have all kinds of butterflies in his stomach right now. Tension has gripped Yankee Stadium here, and you can imagine the pressure that Dave Reghetti is under right now.
He's facing one of the great hitters of all time, Wade Boggs, who never strikes out.
Will he do it? This crowd is standing. This crowd is wild. The Yankees leading 4-0. And Wade Boggs, one of the top hitters in the American League, standing between Dave Reghetti and a pitcher's dream. Tough man to get out. Outside, ball 1.
I figured he's putting it in play somewhere. My goal was to try to get him to hit the ball left field, if anything.
361 is what he was batting going into this game, Wade Boggs.
I know I threw him a pitch up and in that hit him, I think, on the knob, or that loosened him up a little bit.
Will he get it? Wade Boggs swings and misses. Strike 2. 1 strike away for Dave Reghetti.
There's 60,000 people in Yankee Stadium screaming their heads off.
The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Billy Martin anxious, and the crowd standing. And Reghetti trying to get Boggs. And he gets it! A no-hitter! A no-hitter! A no-hitter for Dave Reghetti! How about that? He got the no-hitter!
I was tired. It was 90-plus degrees in New York that day, and I just remember, wow, I got it. I didn't jump around. I don't know why I didn't. I just kind of collapsed more than anything. I kind of walked towards Butch and just hugged him, and took a lot of ribbon from all the guys from that. But I'll take that any time you get a finish like that.
Dave Reghetti pitches the first no-hitter by a Yankee since 1956. And there is former President Nixon applauding from the stands.
And it gets bigger because people tend to remember that day and where they were, and because it was a Red Sox thing. And Boggsy being the last out, being as great as he is, he just goes into the Hall of Fame. So that makes it a little bit more special. I wish I just had a chance to do it again, but I didn't get a chance.